G'day everybody and welcome back. I have been missing for a while and I truly appreciate all the emails and messages I've had since I haven't been on YouTube. Got to the stage where I just got the shits with YouTube, with the filming, the editing, all that sort of stuff, and just wanted a break for a while. And been doing it for just over 5 years I think, and pretty much a video a week. It does catch up with you after a while and you just get the shits with it, and that's what happened. So there's a lot of work that goes into producing YouTube videos, like hours and hours and hours of computer work. I was getting right over that side of it, and yeah, just wanted to have a break. So I did put a couple of community posts out saying that I was having a spell, like the last 12 or 18 months, going through all that cancer treatment and all that ordeal. That sucked it out of me pretty hard, and trying to keep up with a video a week to keep myself busy, it sucked the sap clean out of me. I won't be going back to a video a week from now on. It'll be when I do one, so it may be a few weeks in between videos. You know, it all depends what I'm doing at the time. So I'm not diving back in full noise again, not for a while anyway. So I am doing a bit of other stuff with me time, away from YouTube, so which I'm thoroughly enjoying. Yeah, I'll still keep producing the odd video. Like, I didn't realise there was that many people that were, that were interested in what I do, even though I've nearly 25,000 subs. The amount of messages I have with people saying that they've learnt heaps from what I've shown. Now, I'm only self-taught. I'm not qualified. I learn by having a crack at it. So if I can do it, anyone can. And I was amazed by how many people were saying that they've learnt so much. So it's pretty good. I'm back with a build this week. It's building a Morse taper 3 holder for the Toolpost on the lathe. Barry, the fella who designed the boring head with me, he drew this up, and they're possibly going to be for sale, these plans too, later on. So see how it all works out. Hopefully I can get it right, and we'll see how it all goes. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and thanks for sticking with me, and see you later. Enjoy the video, guys. Rightio, so this is what we're going to have a crack at building. There's a stock, I've got it down to 70mm, 115 long. So what this is a Morse taper 3 tool holder that goes in the tool post of the lathe. Yeah, mine's takes 16mm tooling, so obviously this is 16mm across here. 115 long with a Morse taper, and takes the tang. So it's in there somewhere. We're going to find it. Should be reasonably simple build, hopefully. Okay, this would be a perfect opportunity to use a face mill if I had a decent one, but I ain't got one. So it's an end mill it is. What I want to do is knock the top off this until I have a 40mm flat, 40mm wide flat, and I can rotate it, take the next side down, but just see how it goes, just take me time with it, no hurry. Okay, that flat there is about 38mm wide. Just swapped over to the fly cutter and just knock the top down until I get to 40mm. Just going to turn that insert and just take a little skim off the top. I've been running these pelpit inserts instead of just the cheap eBay jobs. I've noticed a difference in, well, this is probably the second insert I've used in months, and I've done a fair bit with the inserts, so definitely worth paying that a bit more. Absolutely beautiful finish. See the reflection and all. Check that out. Okay, I've got it flipped over. Got a 10mm carbide involute cutter in. Biggest carbide one I got. And this was originally a piece of chrome bar. I used a CBN insert to turn the chrome off it earlier on. This has to come down to 40mm. It's got to be 56mm the other way. Well, that'll be after I do this. I have got about 23mm to remove off this, so I'm not going to bore you with any of that crap. I'll bring this back when I'm getting towards the end of it. We'll get a measurement and see where we're at. So we are at 40.19. Okay, we'll just send it again for the last pass on this side. .01, 40.02, sorry. Close enough. Rightio, so hopefully you can see this. I know the light's not real good. I've marked it out. So you'll see there's some scratching here, here, and here, and here. This will be the piece, this square here, 16mm square, is where it gets held in a tool post. So all this has to go, this side here, to that line. Down here, across, down, back in, back down. All this area here has to go. Has to have some 45-degree chamfers on each corner, on 3 corners. I will do that last, once the bore and everything in. It might be a little bit easier to hold with these corners in the forge, or when I go to put the Morse taper 3 in it. Yeah, so the first bit here is to rough it down to this line, then run the fly cutter over it and flip it and do this other opposite side here. A bit. Okay, I flipped it over, got that on some parallels so I can get a bit more height obviously, and so I can get the micrometer in there, just so I can measure it, get it accurate. So this has to, from this face here to the top face, I've got to get it to 56. Change cutters too. The last carbide cutter I had was an involute 10mm carbide. It was getting a bit dull. I'd done a fair bit of work too. So scrounged through and found this one. I don't know if this one's any better or not, but we got to find out. That cutter is definitely a lot sharper than the last one. I've got 0.2 to come off the top of this to final dimension. I have to block all this out now. Yep, so we've got 0.22 to come off this face. And I'm going to put the fly cutter up after I do this side here, since I've got my heights. I've got to take 0.2 off that and 0.22 off that face there. So I'll slip over and do this side. So yeah, final pass on this face. Should be extremely close to 16. Close enough for me. Probably 0.005 over, if you're reading off that. But okay, so off camera I ran around with the chamfer tool and just put a 1/2 mil chamfer around this whole top section on this back edge here. But I'll take it out and I'll get it set up in the lathe and start putting the Morse taper in. Okay, I hope that's not glaring out too much. I've sort of had to shift the camera around a bit, but I've indicated the block into the tool post. That's a 1/2 thou indicator. I have put a center punch, little center pop mark here of the 4-way tool post, so I know when I set this up it always goes in that one side. So if there's any discrepancy in the center height or the height of these 4 pads, it's always indicated. I've always put in on the same one every time. So all I've done here is I've set a set of these, I think they're called Jenny legs. I don't know what they call, I think that's what they're called. But I set it to 20mm, which that's a 40mm block, and just scribed all 4 sides. Just got to line the center drill up on that now. I've got a centre, or just a pointer that I use to line up the scribe mark. Now I'll swap over to the, and I've zeroed the DRO too. Well, I thought I did, but I didn't. I did now, because I set the wrong axes like a donkey. Okay, I've gone ahead and centre drilled it, and I've got a 5.5mm drill up. This hole has to be opened up to 19mm to start with, 83.5mm long from the tip of the drill. So. I got an 11/16 drilling in here. I've established a 19mm hole in the centre here. I end up going up with a 19mm drill, and I've just cleaned up the end of the bore, just with a boring head, as you would have seen. I think you would have seen. So what the build notes call for now is to put the slot in for the tang. So I've picked up on the centre in the Y. I've just got to pick up on this end, move down, drill 2 holes, and then form the slot. And as you can see, I still haven't got myself a proper centre finder. Close enough. I don't trust this thing. It's a sterret, but just don't feel right. I'll give that drill a bit of a sharpen before I do the next one by the feels of that. Just going to interrupt here quickly. Just want to give a congratulations to Tom from Hilltop Machine Works over in the US. He's just passed the 5,000 subscribers, and him and his wife just done a giveaway. So I personally think Tom's channel is worth more than 5,000 subs. So if you can, slip over and say good day, tell him I sent you, and give him a subscription. And I'll leave a link in the description down below to his channel, and try and boost his channel up a bit. So he's got some pretty nice machines there too, some I'm pretty jealous of. So anyway, if you can do that, it'd be greatly appreciated. So we'll get back to the video. Okay, I've got an 8mm carbide cutter up at them. It's not going to get right through. I have to figure out something after to get the depth, but for now we're just going to run with that until we bottom it out. I know I'm out of reach with that cutter. Got a bit of fiddling around to do to try and work out what I'm going to do next. Well, got away with that so far. I ended up just extending it out as far as I could, and it actually don't look too bad. Okay, I had a bit of a hunt around and I found a long series 5/16 drill, end mill. So just going to fiddle around and try and get this a touch wider. Fits in there, it should fit in the other side, eh? And now I've got to put a little chamfer around it. That turned out really nice. Just got to try and line the other side up now and do it. After a couple of hours, well, not a couple of hours, but a fair time, I've got this and I cannot get it any better. So I've got that within a thou, and along this edge this is a half thou indicator, so it's within a thou there. Oh shit. And it's pretty much within half a thou over that distance. I'm going to run with that. I'll spend a fair bit of time on it. It is a bit of a wild setup when you look at it, this jaw on this raised bit, but I'm pretty confident it's not going to fly out and kill me like a few people have said about me previous builds. It is what it is, it's going to stay like that. Righto, so if you guys that haven't seen these, this is what we're using, is the Tangent Engineering sign bar it goes on the compound, and also you get all these little discs that are precision ground to suit all the different Morse tapers. So we're doing a Morse taper 3, so it makes it super simple to set up. So going, Jim's got a, he's under Tangent Jim, I think it is, on YouTube, and if you can zoom in and see that email there, go and email him and check these out. They're bloody brilliant. They come in 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch and 6-inch. So it's as simple as, well, these have got rare earth magnets on the bottom. Simple as just dropping it on. Make sure that front peg is up against the compound. Slip your disc under, slide it back, indicate it in, and you're set on the correct angle. Okay, I've got this set now. There is weight on that, so Pretty happy. This is the only boring bar that I've got that's going to fit up in this hole. Okay. Now, I've done a couple of passes and it's leaving a crap finish without a doubt. But I do have a set of Morse tape with 3 reams. I've got a roughing one and a finishing one. So I dare say they will be getting a bit of use. So it's get it close to depth and then just have to try it with a ream. It's not going to be the best of finishes in there, I can say that already, but it's the way it is. The boring bars I have are only cheap. But I just forgot about one boring bar. I do have a carbide 10mm boring bar. I'll have a look at that. Okay, this is a carbide 12mm bar that was sent in by a viewer that I forgot I had. So we're going to give that a squirt and see how it goes, see how much vibration we get out of it. Certainly not my proudest of moments on the finishes. Okay. I think we're getting very, very close. Oh. So, might just do a real fine pass. The finish can't get any worse. Okay, I'm going to pull it up there. Look, it's not the best of finishes in there, but like I ran a bit of Scotch-Brite up there and I'm happy with the way it feels. I'm getting plenty of engagement into the key or into the tang holder. I don't want to knock it in, so I won't get it back out. So I'm going to leave it at that. That was good, no damage on the part itself. I used some aluminium blocks. Whether you can see up in the end there or not. Don't look too bad. Okay, you can see what I'm doing here. I'll just slip around and I might do more on this one and make them all even. That one or the 3 corners, this one, and this one down here. And I'll bring this back when that's done. Okay, I got them 2 done. They're pretty much the same, as close as. They will certainly do me. So what I've decided to do is this next one, this corner here, I'm just going to make it the same as this little one. It's on the bottom, so just going to put a little 1/2 mil one there, sort of keep it all uniformed. This here's a pretty cool handle, isn't it? Made this the other week. A viewer got me to do a 3D print of it. I believe it's the same as Mark Prisling's. And I done the 3D print, and he cast it and done one in bronze for me. Pretty nice, eh? Thank you very much for that. Okay, I gave it a clean up and fit it back up to the lathe. Of course, before you go to use it, you're going to have to indicate this in to make sure it's parallel. Comes out easy enough. Works well. Pretty happy with that. That's a good result. And that was the first time I've ever done an internal Morse taper. I've only ever done externals. So big thanks to the viewer that sent in that carbide boron bar. That was a bit of a godsend. So thanks for that, Steve. Much appreciated. Okay, I've just flipped back through the footage. I realised I had on time lapse when I drilled that centre mark hole. Didn't miss anything. So it's just a piece of, just a slug. I've just put a centre mark in it, and to line it up, you can till it touches, and then just sort of work them both your handles, and you can feel it sort of slide into the middle. That's it. We're on. Okay, so the DRO is set, so I'll stick a drill up there now and just put a pilot hole in, and then stick a bigger drill in. So far so good. I'm going to set it on the finest of feeds, which I think it is, works out to be around from memory 2,000 per rev. So what's the worst can happen? Smash something. Okay, power feeds on. I really should have had coolant or something running on it, but I just wanted to let it go and do, yeah, just do the whole pass without stopping to see if anything was going to go wrong. Nothing went wrong. It actually drilled quite good. So obviously it was lined up in the centre good enough, and yeah, it worked well. Lathe didn't really change tune. Yeah, it didn't bother the lathe, so I reckon that's a win. Okay, so I've been playing around here. I've got an 1 3/4 drill, and believe it or not, it actually loves it. Handles that, no dramas, eh? Okay, I just sped the spindle speed up to 110 RPM and it sounded much nicer. Well, overall, I am pretty stoked with that. I'm really happy with that, actually. The lathe didn't mind it. It didn't break anything. Biggest advantage of having this is when you're drilling a big hole and you want to go to a certain depth, you're not relying on the markings on the quill. You can do it with the DRO now, which is going to be a lot better. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that build. It was quite a lot of fun, actually. I've never done an internal Morse taper before. Granted, the finish is not perfect, but it's plenty good enough. It holds a Morse tapers nice and tight. They lock in tight, and the lathe seemed to handle it as well. So handle it better than what I expected. So it's got a pretty fine feed on it down low, fine enough to handle the bigger drills anyway. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm not sure when I'll have another video out. Could be a couple of weeks, don't know, just see how it all pans out. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hooroo.